Add everyone new video is out. Add everyone new video is out. AduMusk is now live. Streaming just chatting, ads adventures. Thanks for tuning in, hope you enjoy. To stay up to date with the latest news and information, join us on the Discord at Video Game Film Frames.
That's odd. Why did that thing drop 2 for YouTube? Is that what it did? Did it drop 2 for Twitch? For both YouTube. Why did it do both of them? That's odd. Or why did it do? I don't know why it did 2. Surely I'm not streaming twice. Any fucking way. Alright, so I got fucking problem with editor this morning, and they dropped these things in their proper chains. And mute myself.
Add everyone. AduMusk is live.
Okay. This drops in the link I was talking about. Now let's head over to Daisy Editor, the official Daisy Editor's Discord. This is where everybody keeps tabs on everything going on with problems with the editor and updates and bullshit like that. All the like, this is from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Like the people who developed the Daisy Editor, this is directly from them and his team. So let me pull that and this. Let's pull back yesterday's stuff. Anyway, day ago, 19 hours ago, 1 day ago. I think it's this one. Let me pull this up. I'm trying to find, because while I was building this thing, I've streamed every time I did it. I just didn't always put up links in the to the people that I'm making it for, because I figured why bug them with every little fucking detail, right? Um, but I was still streaming them, so I do have a backlog of all the shit that I worked on and how far I actually went. And I need to see it again anyway, just to keep tabs on exactly how far I had gotten before I stopped. So let's see. Let's draw a little closer to the end here. Just kind of pause somewhere through here. I do a lot of walking around and talking doing this shit, man. I don't mean to, but so it happens. Last time, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the last time I pulled up the map because that's how I'll be able to accurately see what I was doing. Come on, fucking. Oof. All right. Over here somewhere. Right there. 41 minutes. So last time looks like I pulled up the map. Damn it. Okay. Whatever. You still see how far I got with shit. So don't need this anymore. Don't need this anymore. Hold there and downsize. Give me yes back. Let's switch. Before I do anything, have this performance and hold there. Okay, let's see what background processes I've got going. If any. Nothing. Discord. Okay. So let me think on how I should go through this. Let me take a look at this file first because I want to pull back up the ones that I had yesterday because almost immediately, as soon as I open or as soon as I load the wall into the editor, seconds later, it hits an autosave. That autosave is saving all the errors. So luckily, every day before I do anything, I always make a backup. The very first thing I do before I even open the editor itself is I open up this file right here. That's my Daisy editor backups, and I save the entire file from the origin place of the Daisy editor, like where it pulls it from. It pulls it from right here. So 1023, that's today. Let's take a look at this 1022. Okay, so I've already loaded up yesterday's. This was the last autosave. That's pulling from that right there. Okay, so I've got that in place. I've got an idea. I actually thought of it this morning. First, I'm going to show you what it's doing to me now, and then I'm going to pull back. Uh, I'm going to make an attempt to retrieve my data from before this date. I should have two others. I do my maintenance cycle usually around Thursday or Friday, and I've already worked on it twice since then, so I should still have the backups in my recycling bin. Let's I'll pull the whole thing up now. Steam. Steam. While that's coming up, let's go back to, oh, actually pull this over here so you gotta guess at what I'm doing. Let's see what I'm here, motherfucker. There. Hang out with me here for a minute. See, I was checking through. This is the official Dabs editor. So I'm looking for, see, nothing new in the patch notes. There'd be a bubble like that next to it. There. Ooh, wait a minute. I did see a bubble in announcements back here. Motherfucker, get out of my way. Sorry for the double update. That was on the 7th of September. Last fucking month. Okay. Nations, role select, all voices, patch notes, suggestions, bug reports is what we're looking for. There's a help section and bug reports. Those will be the two. Go to bug reports first. And within that time, I bet Steam. Sorry, let's get rid of the special offer. Don't want that. For the editor to launch. In the meantime, give me back this. Let's do the bug reports. Sort by date posted. Other options. It's 30 days ago, 17, 19, 20. What the fuck? Okay, well, then do it by recently active. So those will be the ones that people will put on the most. Okay, that's the instructions. Report. This change the scale. 14.47. Okay, I know what the issue is. Scale object ground one above one. I straight up. You can't see it anymore. And exporting it to the it's not it. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything about a hot patch or nothing. So that's because you got your assets too high. Nice. Problem launching editor 7 days ago. Okay, give me something that was like a day. 30 days, 30 days, 30 days, 30. Come on. Everything is past 30 days. Bottom of the list, change of it. Back to origin. Nope. Nope. Delete camera node. Nope. Bug. No loop points to enter in loop mode. I never heard of that before. I might have to look into that. What the fuck is loop editor mode? It might be something for PC, but even still, it's worth looking into. I'll investigate that one later. But I'm not seeing a single thing in the reported bug. So let's go to the help section, see if anybody else, because usually if you can't find it in the actual reported bugs, because those have to like you only get to do one per problem. They'll check it, see if they'll check it, make sure that each problem has only been reported one time instead of multiples of the same problem. But usually people speak on this. You can tell by which one's got the most comments as to which is the most common problem. But the other place that they'll talk about shit is here. Today's 23rd, so let's see, 26 a.m. That's for the brushes. What the fuck? Man, you running here? Local mods, damn. The fuck is this one? You must have scrolled too far down. I want to know. Oh, it's the on the way. To hunt it down. Experimental launcher. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm all the way back into like 3 days ago, and I'm not seeing anything about the problem I'm experiencing. So those are generally the only two places. Like these are all the ones that I pull shit from the editor for, but the only one that is official is the top one with the editor, and then most popular few that I've got in the top, and then so these three are the most popular ones. Everybody pulls their library from, and then these two are a bunch of offshoot backwoods fucking places that I have found in the hunt for new and original and creative ideas. Not a lot of people are picking up on those things, so using any of those ones kind of makes or is going to make a server more unique from a broader library. So anyway, this is how I normally run it, right? Because builder items are the only thing that you don't actually need when you're building for console because you can't use any of those items anyway. So it'll give you this little gear icon and says that it won't work without it, but it will. But it just excludes the builder items, which again for console you can't use anyway. So there's no need in having them in. On the left hand side, there's a huge ass list, and for everything on that list, there is a doubled version of it under builder items. But again, you can't use the builder items. So sometimes you might mistakenly grab the wrong item and begin to build with it. And if you do and get too far into that build, by the time you realize you fucked up, you have to go back, find all those builder items, replace them with the actual items, and fix that spot. Which becomes a massive pain in the ass. So for me, I figured out it's just easier to turn the motherfucker off. I get that little gear thing saying it's missing a piece, but it's not missing a piece that I fucking. So normally this is the way I run it. So I launch this. All right, it's coming up. While it comes up, this is where I'm pulling from now. This was its last auto update because I know I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna pull two things. Let's see. Let's make another folder right here. Folder. We're gonna call it backtracking. Because I've got an idea. Okay. So I keep my backups from the day prior before I usually start. Because I've already done this morning, so I'm not doing it today. But normally I would copy the file from here and put it in this backup and remove this backup. And when I do this, it sends it to, let's move it over here for now. It moves it to my recycling bin. When it moves it into my recycling bin, no, not that one. Stay there. Yeah, this one. When it moves it into the recycling bin, it dates when I tossed it in there. So these three, I tossed in today. This is the one I tossed in yesterday. Let's see. And this is today. Yeah, this was yesterday at 5:30 a.m. Both of these two are today. So this one is the one from 2 days ago. This is the one. There's nothing. This is nothing. This is the one from here that keeps auto updating that I keep having to. How far are you loaded? Oh, you did update, you sneaky fuck. No, you didn't. What the hell? Why'd you just make my monitors go ham? It usually only does that when it's switching to full screen. For some reason, it only did it to my left and right monitors. Mostly my left. Why is it shit go ham? Give me OBS. I want to see what's happening on the screen. Yeah, making my shit go ham. Shit, it's making Windows not respond. That's unbueno as fuck. Yeah, it legit shifted around a bunch of my shit just now. This needs to be here. This. Go back over here. This got smaller than what it was before. This was blowed up before. See, it scooted everything over too. The fuck? Why the fuck did it just resize everything? Okay, those are my backups from the recycling bin. I don't think there's enough space there to fill that in. Anyway, yep, that's what it was. This motherfucker is trying to kick itself into full screen. Yep. So there was an update. The dabs ain't talked about yet, because the only time it does this and it sets my shit back to full screen is when there's been an update. So he hot patched this motherfucker and ain't said nothing to nobody yet, dude. God damn it. And anytime he does this shit, it's always days before all the bug fixes are fucking done to be able to get it right. See, because I don't run this motherfucker full screen. The only time it does that is when there's a patch. Look at the fucking settings. Video. Full screen. No. Windowed. Apply. Set my shit back to the way it was. Yeah. Fucking jack my screen all up. Load fucking churno. Get the fuck out of my way a minute. I think it's aggravating the shit out of me this morning. Processes. My mouse back. Hmm. Not very. Oh, no, you did finish. All right, then. Now, before I even load this in, I want to fix my backdrop shit real quick. Being slow, because I'm having to click things multiple times today. Let's see. Put this back in the order that they were. This was this. I don't know why it shifted all of my shit around. Yeah, that's how things were. Okay, that's the backup from directly yesterday that I made this morning. So I need one before that, which would be the first one that I deleted this morning, and then the one that I deleted yesterday. So under backtracking, I have two new folders. I can't put the same name in the same folder without them merging. So I don't want to do this one. No, it's okay. How about before that? Two, four, that. And for every subfolder that I do this in, now one that I deleted first this morning would be the one at 6:14 this morning. Yeah, yeah, it's the earliest one from today. So this one is the one that I deleted this morning on my backups. Here, and this one was the one that I deleted yesterday. So that's my backups for the last 3 days. Out of that. I don't like having that many backups on my shit, but it's good that I cycle them through like that. I had to make that a policy to do that too. These are all the extras that I deleted today when I was double checking this goddamn thing. It was crashing on me the first run through. Okay. So now in backtracking, in the DayZ backup, I've got my most direct backup. And then in backtracking, I've got the two before that. So I'll be able to go back 3 or 4 days on my backup. Now, let's try this one more time. If it crashes, I'm gonna have a few minutes to kill anyway, which is what I can show how far I was with Chrome map. Where am I? pull the map all the way back. And it's blank. There's nothing in my list. Okay. Hopefully, whatever hot patch he was, maybe the reason that it went full screen on me the second time, and I'm hoping this, maybe the reason it went full screen on me the second time was because he hot patched it this morning. Maybe he did a patch last night and then a hot patch this morning to fix the problems from last night. Maybe that was the first problems I was seeing. So this is the wall that I've been working on forever. Did he fucking hot patch it? Nope. Nope. Only 5 objects are popping in. Failed to load 686 fucking objects. 600. Oh my god, this is why it's been so fucking frustrating to me. All right. See, I'm within seconds of this. You can watch this folder back here. I'll save here in just a minute. Maybe I can exit before it does. Exit. Don't fucking save. That's yesterday's direct backup. Let's open journal again. Get out of the way. Let's have this Chrome thing. I'll show you how fucking far I was yesterday. This pisses me off. Move that back to there for a second. Have this. Oh, wait a minute. Stay there a second. Move OBS out of the way. Grab you here. Back over here. Full screen. Give me this. Do there. See, I forgot I had that stupid video in the corner. But alright, so damn, can't move that thing out of the way. But you can see I flattened it off yesterday because there's a fucking road running right here and it would have put that point right between it. I would have had to make 2 doors. So I made a flat piece right there. I had gone where all these clusters are, these are the starts of them. I had the 3 backups, all 3 angles that I had turned already made. And I had started my way down that wall, popping the holes and placing in the gates, lining them up just perfect. I was going to go back through and set the 45-degree angles for all the other stuff, but uh, to start with, I was putting the gates in. I was trying to do it at the same time while I was going, but it was too much bullshit to try to have to keep up with on a single pass. So I just narrowed it down and made it a little easier on myself. Anyway, that's how far I had made it yesterday. So, Yet I wish I had taken a picture. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start taking a picture after I'm done. Back to this. Swing you back over here and close it. One less resource running. Now, I'm sure you loaded up by now. Did you not? Was you not doing anything while I was shit? I was gonna say. Okay. So another one yesterday for sure failed. So before I do anything, pull this out of the way. And this is where I normally pull the files from, right? So what I'm gonna do, go all the way back up here to this, take this whole thing, and drag it to here. Just hold it there for a minute. I'm gonna folder in here. This one, so I can keep track of it, kind of move back and forth between future and past timelines of my saves. Save B for that. Downsize right. Now that there's no more DayZ folders here, let's go to the backtracking one. I'm just gonna copy from it instead. This was the one that I deleted before. The one I'm on. So I'm gonna copy it. Go. Copy. View out of the way. Load this up so that I can access down here and paste. Once this is pasted in, I can jump back to the editor, load from that to see if I can at least go back 24 hours. If that works, then at least I've got a jumping off point to restart. There's some kind of internal error that happened in the process of building it, some kind of mistake made that it wouldn't let pass. Either fucking way. If I can get this one or the one before to work, I can at least recall some of the shit that I've done instead of having to start the motherfucker all over. No, give me that back. Downsize here, here. Okay, last time on 21. So this is before I started yesterday. So let's pull that one. Pulled that one just fine. Okay, so at least I've got a fucking jumping off point. 682 objects did come in. Okay, let's see what the fucking wall looks like. Okay, okay, that's at least okay. Because that would have been a lot of shit, dude. This was a major pain in the ass to swing and maneuver and like they could do it, dude. But fuck, man, I was looking at like another 60, 70 fucking hours to rebuild. Sorry to hear. Okay, goddamn, what a relief. All right, I'm just gonna continue it from this point. Fuck all the rest of that bullshit. I don't want to have to meddle with it. I would rather, because like all I did yesterday, I made it from about where this is at now. I made it to about right here. That's about as far as I made it, popping the holes for the gates. But these were all of my backups. See, the wall, when I'm done with it, it's just going to be the single line. Oh, what time is it now? I need to put in a time for a highlight. Let's say 4:41. All right, I'll review that. Talk about that later. All right. When I'm done with this, it's just going to be a single line. But for now, while I'm still building it, what I did was the three little clusters that you see over the northwest airfield. The top one is the gate laying flat, facing uh, south. And then the other two are 45-degree angles, both negative and positive, for the angles on the triangular part of the wall there. And then along the wall itself, the dots that I've got scattered there, that's when I'm working on the wall, I'll copy those gates. Those are each one of those is copies of the gates and the angle that I need it for that spot. And when I'm working on it, I have it lower. So I copy the lower one and then I move it down out of the way. And then with the hole off popped, I place in the new gate, line it up and everything. And then I'm just moving that dot along as I go. When I get to the end of this first line, I'll delete that dot because I'll be done with it. And I'll start moving with the next one that you see heading up. So as I'm moving through, I'm moving those dots along with my progress. And then just in case something happens to the dot that's sitting there, I've got another backup at the airfield that I can just go back and copy if a mistake is made or something. Something moves and I don't notice it. Because to line this wall up perfect, I've been using the arrow key. The downside to using arrow key is when you're moving a lot of objects, when you're moving objects in mass, for every time you move it with the key, when you hit undo, what it does is it goes, instead of just going back as the whole piece, it goes back as individual pieces. So let's say I've highlighted 20 pieces and I'm moving all 20 pieces at the same time. I click the arrow key once to the left or once to the right, but I'd have to hit the undo button 20 times to move the whole thing back one level to the left. Get it? Like I'd have to move each piece individually. You have to like keep track of which one moved when and where. It's a mega pain in the ass. So instead, I make my own check marks like this. All right. Well, now that I know this working and it's made a fucking backup, this is fixable. This is doable. Okay, so I'll send y'all a message. I'll let you know when we lost the last 24 hours. I've got a meeting to go to in a little over an hour. So, um, since this is all prepped and already ready to go, I'm just gonna leave it as is. And it's saved this morning, right? 9:39. Okay, it saved 1 minute ago. I'm gonna back out of this, close it out, close out my stream, and after my meeting this morning, I'll be back to work on this a little bit. I know I clicked on exit. Yes, I did. This way I know if nothing else, because initially I didn't move that folder. I copied that folder, like the one that I had from here. Yeah. This is where I copied it, the other one too. So in the backtracking one, because I copied this instead of moving it, it didn't update this. So this is the original. So just in case something today goes wrong with that one, I will be able to repair this one or repair with this one. So I don't need none of that shit no more. Look, my CPU is topped the fuck out. My CPU hates this, man. Need Trying to raise funds to get me a new PC because this is what's holding me back. Like, not my know-how and my fucking creativity with this damn thing. It's my fucking software limitations or hardware limitations rather. I'll raise funds for a new PC. Get myself something up to date, dude, and I'll be able to blow through this shit. Bitch, I will tear it all down. Get the fuck out of my way. Boom. Boy, whatever. This here, this close. Guess I got open. Don't need that no more. Nothing else open on that. You know what? Sick of fucking waiting on you. This is why I hate closing like that. Now it does what I told it to. Close. Give me Steam. Close. Ow. Just close. Close. Steam. Okay, now give me games. Launchers. Give me hop into a party with my buddy. See what the fuck's going on this morning. Kill some time. I'll continue to stream, but go back and get the stamps that I need before and after this particular spot so that y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. Or what, fucking never mind. I only lost 24 hours. I'll just make a note, let them know I only lost the past 24 hours. Shit. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Ow. Wow. Okay. 5 minutes ago.
What
What
up?
up? You owe me a Coke.
Shit. Huh?
I said you owe me a Coke. You said that at the same time, bro.
No,
No,
yours was after me.
no, it was before. I'm living in the future.
Oh,
I mean, it
oh,
was.
well, damn, you got
I
there.
mean, it was the same time. It was the same time. I mean, shut up. I don't lie. That's how you can always tell somebody's not lying.
I can tell when you're lying.
Why? Because I'm giggling.
Tell it because your lips are moving.
Oh, fuck you.
If your lips are moving, you're telling lies.
You know how I know your chair is brown? Because your butthole is on it.
That's too funny.
I wear red so bad guys can't see me bleed. This guy gets it. He wears brown pants. Yep.
lost all of fucking yesterday's work on the fucking editor. I don't know what the fuck happened to the editor, but that motherfucker took a shit on me. And I did like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours worth of work yesterday on it. And I don't even think it was that. It's probably about 2 hours worth of work. Still, lost fucking all of it. I went to load the project up this morning and it lost like 640 some odd fucking. But
Well, damn, that sucks.
it did.
That's motherfucking bullshit.
Yes, it was. Luckily, I am an intelligent mammal. And I pulled my backups from like the last couple of days. I always live in the fear that that's gonna happen, like because every time that fucking editor updates, it has the potential to wipe out your entire library, right? So everything that you pull from and use or have created, everything that's in that fucking file, it has the potential at any given update to delete all of that, which means you lose everything that you don't have backed up. So because of that, for a long time now, I've always made my own backups like every day. Before I get started, before I launch the program, the very first thing I'll do is I'll make a copy of my library where it is and I'll move it somewhere else so that it's not attached to that spot. So that if it removes it, I've still got the shit from the day before. I can just pull it back and do what I gotta do. And I do my system maintenance like once a week. So like Thursday or Fridays, I wipe my whole system just to clean up shit. And since it had been a couple of days, I don't empty my recycling bin till that day. So I was able to pull back up 2 or 3 of
I
my
wipe my
backups.
own system every day.
Yeah, so I was able to pull back the last 2 or 3 days out of my recycling bin to use it to patch what I had lost from fucking yesterday.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. So, because otherwise I would have lost the whole fucking project. Like, and that would have been like, fuck me, dude, somewhere between 40 and 60 hours worth of effort so far. I really kind of underbidded this job, but fuck it, it's for a friend, and I gave a price, so I'll do it for what I said I was going to do it at. I'm not going to change my fucking price just because it wound up being more work than I estimated. That's my own fault for underestimating it. So I'm not going to change the fucking price on it. But it was a little more of a pain in the ass than I thought it would be. I kind of see why the other dude just slapped together that piece of shit wall now. It was so time consuming. And he just slapped it all in there with the mouse. It probably took him like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes to do what he did. He probably just moved every piece in with the mouse and it was all fucked up. Whereas I went through and did every inch of it by hand using the arrow keys, get perfect. Everything lines up just so. Made it look clean. There's no like horrible 90-degree fucking edges and shit. Put 45s on everything.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
did What's His Nuts have anything else to say last night when I told Jessica goodbye, bitch?
No, because Jessica told me, she's like, you need to calm down. I've known these people for so long and this and that and blah blah blah. They don't mean nothing by it and this and that and da da da. Da. He's like, well, I still don't think da 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 da. I said, listen, bro. I said, our friends call me gay and this and that and say it like dick all the fucking time. I don't give a fuck. It don't hurt my feelings. You know why? Because it's just words. I said, now if they actually came there and slapped the fuck out of her or something, then you could be mad about it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. How big is this guy? Does he look like he's fun?
Dude,
I guess he's a little bitty
as small
feller.
as me.
How big is he?
He's as small as me.
He said he's gonna kick my ass.
Oh,
He said
you
he's
should
gonna wreck
meet
me.
him. You should just come over at some point and not let him know you're coming and then just give him like sneak up on him and give him
They
a
got
hug.
pictures.
No, but
They
give
know
him
what
a.
he
I
knows what I
know.
look like, or I don't know if he does, but
No, but he needs to feel it. You need to
I
give him
already
a,
told
a
him you're like 6'4",
no. You
200
need to give
pounds
him
and
a
shit. And the
backwards
dude's like,
hug.
oh,
Nothing is more
oh, oh.
terrifying than a big gentle hug to let you know how powerful somebody is.
I'm 6'6", 295,
Right? And you've got like what's your wingspan?
over 6 feet.
Right? So you could wrap your whole arms around it, come back and touch yourself and have him in your
Hmm
arms, right? You know what I'm saying? So like that would be intimidating as fuck.
Oh, look at
Look,
that little guy. I got room for another one in here.
look, yo, I did get into a fight once. It was way over my, well, it wasn't even really a fight. Thank God dude didn't want to fight me. He didn't want to hurt me. Thank God that motherfucker had a conscience because, like, I was in my early 20s and dude who was talking some shit to a buddy of mine, and my buddy was kind of timid and he wouldn't stand up for himself. You know me, I ain't fucked up getting my ass kicked. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, you want me to shut up, you better make me. So, homeboy was picking on my fucking buddy, and my buddy wouldn't stand up for himself. So I went the fuck off on guy, stood up for him. Me and dude get to rattling off at each other, and I put my fucking finger on his chest, and he kept telling me, I didn't listen. I was young and I was stubborn. He kept telling me, he's like, man, you don't want to do this. I don't want to hurt you. And I was like, fuck you and your whole family tree and blah, 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 blah. Like, I was pissed. I don't know why, but I was. This motherfucker reaches down.
Mauled you.
And
Oh.
no, dude, he didn't maul me, dude. It was the craziest fucking shit I've ever felt in my life. Like it's the only time I've ever been, even for a brief second, fucking scared in what would have been a potential fight. This motherfucker reaches down, and it almost just, it felt like he just flicked his fucking wrists, like on me. Like he reached down about knee height and flicked his fucking wrists underneath me, and I went flying into the fucking air, bro. I went over this motherfucker's head, and I was like, it was mid-air when I had my oh shit moment. So I'm like mid-air thinking, what the fuck?
It was this
Yeah,
moment
and I thought,
you realized
oh yeah,
you fucked up.
I had that exact moment in my fucking head, mid-air. And the thought that directly followed was, this finna hurt when I hit the ground on cricket and shit, you know? And on my way down, this motherfucker sticks his arms back out and just gently cushions me into the ground like a pillowy fucking hug that just gently cradled me back to the ground. And he set me down. I was like, all right, man, you have a good one. You win.
Thanks for catching me after you threw me.
Yeah, man. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm crazy. I ain't stupid. Like, shit. Like, holy fuck, that was power. If he would have hit me with something like that, bro, this motherfucker could have knocked me through the wall.
Well, that's just it, dude. Everybody, like smaller people, oh, you're slow. You're right. And I'm not going to stand back and kickbox you.
No, this dude was like, dude was swole, man. We used to fuck with him, called him Carton.
Even then, they're slower than, say, like a spry little, like you. Dude, you're probably wicked fast, man. You just got the build for it. But the big fucking lumbering bastards like myself,
you got all that weight to push through. Yeah, it's like treading water.
Exactly. I'm not going to box you. I am not going to box you. I'm going to take 2-3 shots, and I'm going to get in on you. And once I get my hands
close
on you,
around you,
you're done.
Yeah, it's around you.
You're done. You're done.
Yeah.
No, if I can get my hands on you,
and
dude,
it's big motherfuckers like you. That's why I fight dirty, because I've gotten into a couple of fights with motherfuckers your size, and that shit sucks. I know better to get close to that motherfucker.
There ain't no rules in fighting.
No, oh yes, no, you can if you have to, because there's certain situations where people that size kind of overtread their bounds. They know everybody's afraid of them, so they think they can do whatever they want. There's bad people out there that size that need to be stood up to, even if it's somebody my fucking size. And I've had to a couple of times, but that is the exact purpose that I ain't fucked up fighting dirty. If I'm fighting somebody that size, I'm looking at your feet, I'm looking at your knees, I'm looking at your throat. I'll put your fucking eyeballs out if I have to. If I can get close enough, if you pull me in with something, I'm putting both of these fucking thumbs
of big guys everywhere.
Yeah,
we know that.
Yeah, I'm putting these two fucking thumbs. Like, there's a spot in your neck, right, that right next to your esophagus and shit. On either side, there's a vein. So when you put somebody in a chokehold, it's that V that's knocking them out, right? The V that your arm creates on the inside is pressing against those two fucking veins. Those two veins control the blood flow to your brain. That's what makes people knock out. I know how to do that shit with my thumbs. Like, I can just put my shit around your fucking throat. If I can get my hands on your throat, I can have you out in like 15 seconds. And what's fucking crazy is the more you struggle, the worse it gets.
And I've done this before too in a fight, man, where like somebody's on your back trying to choke you out. I will literally stand up with them on my back, grab their legs, jump in the air, and do a back flop.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've
done it. I've done it. It doesn't hurt. No, not me.
Not you. Not you. Of course not. You're landing on a person. You can feel the squish of the guy's ribs when you come down, you goddamn tree.
Hey man, if you're gonna spider monkey my ass and try and choke me out, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah. I'm real cautious when like, cause that's like, you gotta know your body. You gotta know what your limitations are. Like, you might be able to put a dude, I might be able to put a dude my size in a choke like that, and there are gonna be a whole lot that he can't do that I can't throw my body weight. But when you're fighting somebody that's that much bigger than you, there ain't no grapples. There ain't no grapples. You're not gonna hold that motherfucker on the ground. You ain't gonna keep him in a chokehold, not from any fucking
No,
angle that he ain't gonna be able to just reach down, grab you around the fucking waist, and fling you somewhere.
Hey, I'm
You know
sorry
what I
if it
mean?
sounds like
Even
I'm
if
a
it's
bitch,
just
but
even if it's just momentum from the twisting of his fucking body that throws you. He ain't even gotta be that strong, right? That like not
yeah, just
compared to his
mass,
body
man,
weight,
getting
just
that shit
mass.
movement.
Yeah, yeah, getting momentum behind it, he'll throw you all over the fucking place. Yeah, yeah. I
if I
realized
have
that
to, if
shit
this
in middle
dude's
school.
bigger than me, shit,
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna pull a female move. I'll kick the dude in the nuts, and then I'm gonna fucking knee your ass in the jaw or some shit.
Nuts
Mm-mm.
and knees, man. That's the first thing it's like that. You got
Hmm.
to go somewhere else, dude, because that's what we expect.
Yeah. So most. I've ran into a couple like knees, with a couple of big guys. They forget about their feet. You know what I mean? And the way they move. It's been a couple of times I've knocked folks on the ground just from the way they step. So when they just take that first step forward, most of them don't think to arch your knees and keep your feet on the ground. Like move them one at a time. I've seen them move both at the same time. And when I catch them doing that shit, I'll
Sweet.
my stance is normally right-handed, but I'll switch and go southpaw so that I can get my right leg out front. And then I'll wait for him to take that step and I'll go like foot to foot, just a straight sideways thing and slip that foot out from under him. So when the weight's coming down, I knock their foot out and they just tumble to the ground right in front of me. Like I've
See,
only
I'm the
been able
type
to
of
pull
person
that
I'll
once
jump
or
in the air with
twice.
my fist up and I'm kicking the nuts.
Did you say jump up in the air and kick him in the nuts?
Yeah, I'll jump up with my fist in the air like I'm about to punch you in the face or something and kick you in the nuts.
Hadouken! Oh, sorry. Thought you were
Yeah,
Street Fighter.
yeah. How many fights you been in, John?
How many fights have I been into?
Yeah. Let me rephrase that. What's
I
your
try not to be in fights.
but you have, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how many?
How many?
Yeah.
That means
Uh,
like one or two.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
yeah,
And how many of those did you
yeah,
win?
you're right because I avoid fights. You know why?
Oh, I
Because I
avoid
know
them
what I'm
too, but
capable
like,
of.
yeah. I do my best to. I don't
Sometimes
like
they
hurting people
find
either.
you.
They will. They
I,
absolutely will. Yep.
I got mauled once, dude. I got absolutely mauled. I was a freshman in high school and he was a senior linebacker. It wasn't even a fight. It was just a beat up fest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I,
dude. This
I,
motherfucker had me by the back of the hair and the ass of my pants off the ground, ramming my head into a car bumper.
Jesus.
damn.
Mauled. Like I said, mauled. Like my
Yeah.
parents were wanting to call the cops and shit and all this. I'm like, no! You
Yeah.
think
Just
this
gonna
is
make it
bad? I'll
worse.
have the whole fucking football team on me. Yeah. Oh, I was mauled. My brother went down there with his buddies and a baseball bat and the whole 9 yards. It was bad.
Uh, Me and Frank
And
got into it once.
my brother's 10 years older than I am, by the way. He was a
Yeah.
senior, I was a freshman, and for some reason he would not come out of his house. I couldn't understand that, but whatever.
Yeah. Baffling. Fucking Frank.
Yeah, because he
Nomad.
stole
Me and
my
him got into it
moped.
once. Oh no shit.
Well, let's start it up, dude. I knew this motherfucker, and I didn't have any problems talking to him, right? And I'm down at the tennis courts, it's the Civic Auditorium where there's some tennis courts, and I had like 3 or 4 people in my class that were down there playing. We were just bullshitting, dicking around. I had my moped, and fucking Larry shows up. He lived like a block away. Takes my moped. He starts driving around the tennis court. Drove by one of them, stole their racket, started doing circles like corralling them with a tennis racket and my moped, just smacking them with tennis rackets, right? Chased them all up the fucking fence, dude. They're all sitting on top of this gigantic fence, and he's just driving back and forth with their tennis rackets on the fucking fence. Swat! And he'd swat at them, try and hit their feet and shit. You know what I'm saying? He did that for a few minutes and got bored. And he pulls up to me and he goes, "There you go, Greg. I did what you asked me to. I chased all your boys up that fucking fence with this tennis racket." And he handed me my shit back and he left. And I'm like, okay, it's at this point. Do I want to get the shit kicked out of me by 4 dudes that just climbed down off this fence or one linebacker that just put me in a position where I'm going to get my ass kicked? Fuck you, Larry, you fat bastard. I didn't say a fucking word. I was done. I got fucking worked, dude. I got fucking worked. But yeah, that's how it went.
Jeez. I've only ass kicking I ever had, it took me getting jumped to do it. And it was like 15 fucking people. And Frank, fucking Nomad, he was one of them. He was in on it. That motherfucker pulled a Bane on me. That motherfucker straight tried to drop me like Batman. This motherfucker, like, I
Nice.
love Frank to death. We're about the same height, but that motherfucker is a goddamn gorilla. Don't let that simpleton act fucking fool you. That motherfucker is savage. This
I
motherfucker
don't
picked
know
me
him.
up
I don't
over
really
his.
know him like that.
Oh, well, yeah. He's tame now. He's way tamer than what he was in high school. In high school,
I've
that
heard you
motherfucker was
say Frank, but
wild.
I can't
Nomad.
think of his name as Game Nomad.
Yeah,
I've
Nomad.
only seen him like once or twice.
Yeah. He's that dude that you gotta watch him because he'll say whatever the fuck he wants. Anyway, that motherfucker lifted me up over his head and dropped me on my fucking back, or tried to. He almost got me. I managed to, like, once I was up in the air, I managed to crunch my body in and put my right hand down and turn myself so that when I hit on like my forearm instead of cracking me in the fucking back. Because he almost did. He almost fucking got me. And I got up, and what's fucked up is this happened at a tennis court also up here at fucking Charlotte Park. And what it was my buddy Mike, one of my oldest friends, Gilbert. He was working at what used to be Opryland, and he just got a promotion. We were 16, and he just got a fucking promotion. He started off running the concessions uh, in one of the little stands, and then he had just got a promotion to take over all the stands in the park, and he was celebrating. He got a raise. He had like $300 in his pocket. His cousin got him an ounce of fucking weed, and we were sitting up at the fucking park getting stoned. We done smoked 4 or 5 joints. A couple dudes showed up. We smoked a couple more with those cats, and me and Mike got thirsty. So I was like, "Come on, baller, buy me a fucking drink." Walk up to the store. So we walk up to the store, and we went out to the road. But I did a lot of walking in fucking high school and shit. Like I knew all the back roads and shortcuts and shit through my neighborhood. And I was like, yo, I know a shortcut. Let's go this way. And we came back to the park a different way than we left. We actually popped out through the fucking woods instead of being able to walk up the street. Had we walked up the street, we would have seen what was happening well before we got there. But the shortcut that we took cut all that in half. And we were basically on top of the tennis courts when we came in. So we come in, and when we left, there was maybe 6 people there, our buddy John included. There were little, through my neighborhood and shit, there were little turf wars going on at the time. Because I don't know if they were like this in your neighborhood, but in my neighborhood, there was a bunch of little rival high school gangs and shit. There was like 3 or 4 of them. And they were all fighting for fucking territory in this one little spot. And this section was one of them. And one of the dudes that we had smoked with was this cat named Wesley. And Wesley done called a bunch of people back to the park after we left to go get drinks. And like 3 cars full of motherfuckers showed up. There was like 15, 20 people when we got back. They had John put in the tennis court so he couldn't do anything. And they told that motherfucker, like, I think it was Caleb. Caleb pulled the fucking gun on him and told him, he's like, you say a fucking word to him when they get back, I'm going to put a hole in you. And so when we came back, John didn't say nothing, but he's like beating and clanging on the fucking fence. They had smoked a spliff with Frank, which is a fucking joint laced with coke. Got him all worked up and started telling him some bullshit about how I fucked his girl, which was kind of fucked up because Dave was making it up, but I really did fuck his girl. Like that was a thing that happened. Um, but anyway, we come walking back, and the whole intention of this is to rob Mike. They wanted his weed, his money, his pager, his fucking gold chain. And Mike, I loved Mike to death, but he's a fucking pushover. Like, and it shows in this particular instance. So they knew I would fight back. They absolutely knew I would fight back. So that's why they got Frank to come after me. A, they knew he was a friend and it would throw me off if me and him got into a fight. And B, he's a goddamn gorilla compared to me. And he also knows me well enough to know how I fight too. So off the rip, I've got his hat on my head. Because the day before, I tried to take it back to him and he wasn't home. His brother was like, I'll give it to him. I was like, the fuck you will, Gary. You'll steal his shit. Fuck you. I'll give it to him myself. I still had it on my head. And he was like, hey, nice hat. As I started walking up to him, I go to give him dab. And when he reaches out, like instead of just, doing the guy hug thing, where you pull in, like kind of pat elbows or whatever, he snatches me all the way in and throws a punch. Now I'm baked. I'm fucking fried. I'm like, I don't know, at least 5, 6 joints in. And he throws this punch. I see it when it's about 4 inches from my fucking nose. And all I could do was tilt my fucking head to the left. And the punch like skinned my fucking neck. And I was like, my first reaction was like, what the fuck is going on? Before I could even say that, dude, I was up in the fucking air. Motherfucker lifted me up over my head, tried to drop me down. I caught that fucking forearm on his knee and rolled out of it. But as soon as I snapped up, I went to fighting. And as soon as I drew back on him, next thing I know, I'm back on the ground and there's 4 or 5 sets of fucking feet kicking the shit out of me. They reached out and took my fucking skateboard and somebody clacked me in the jaw with it. That's what knocked my jaw out of place. And something snapped, dude. And I climbed up out of this shit, out of all these fucking people kicking the fuck out of me. And I put one foot on the ground and started to push up. And when I did, I knew my jaw was out of place and I punched myself like upward into my jaw to clack it back into place. And I just got up, started giving it hell. Like, they kicked the fuck out of me more, but like, fuck them. I wasn't going out without a fight. I was swinging at everything near me. While this is going on, before they actually knocked me out, because somebody did eventually hit me in the head and knock me out for a split second, enough to where, like, they got done what they needed to get done, knocked me out, and then walked off. So while this was happening, fucking Ricky Gillespie walks over to Mike, punches this motherfucker one time. And I love Mike like a brother, but he is such a bitch, dude. He got punched one time, hit the ground, shit his pants, started crying, and gave him all his shit. And I'm like, motherfucker, like I just got that shit kicked out of me for you just to drop every fucking thing, bitch. I would have just stood back and watched if I knew you was gonna go out like that. Like, what the fuck? Right. I didn't find all this out till later, but because everybody hopped in their fucking vehicles and dipped after that. Like, they took off with all Mike's shit, my skateboard. Me wondering what the fuck's going on with me and Frank. Of course, I should have known, I knew eventually he'd find out I was fucking his gal, but that was a personal thing between me and him. Me and this chick was dating, and he slept with her. She cheated on me with him. And then a little while later, they started dating, and I was like, yo, this motherfucker was my friend, and he did me like that. So I thought I'd get him back the same way, and I did. Anyway, we're walking back, me, Mike, and we go pick up John, who was in the fucking tennis court, and we're walking back to Mike's grandmother's house, which is damn near on the same street as the park. The park's like 3.5 blocks big, but his grandmother lived right at the edge of it. So we're walking back to her place, and I look over at John, and I was like, you all right? He's like, yeah, they didn't touch me. He's like, they just threatened me and shit. There wasn't nothing I could do. Like, I tried to warn you, that's why I was kicking and shit on the fence, but I couldn't say nothing. Like, I hear you. He goes, you all right? And I'm wiping the blood off of me and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm straight. Jaw's a little sore, but I'm all right. We're walking back up there. Both me and John turned Mike at the same time. And this is when we find out what happened with him. We both look at him and I was like, you all right? And he goes, I shit my pants. Get the fuck out of here. You what? You fucking what? I shit my pants. Tough fuck, bro. Tough fuck.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He tells us the whole fucking story of what happened with him. We're like, God damn it, bro. Of course, they all went back after him the next day. They all went and rallied up because Mike's older brother was a fucking champion boxer here locally and shit. They had they had a couple of local fighting rings and shit that was like nightclubs and stuff. And his brother was a fucking champion boxer. And then Billy Ho, Jimmy Ho, all the neighborhood boys rallied together and went back because this was part of one of those turf war things. And this little us getting jumped thing kicked off a whole thing that went on for like 4 months because of us getting jumped. It just started this whole fucking shit that went on for like 4 fucking months of people retaliating against others because this dude fucked up this dude, other dude fucked up this dude, all this bullshit. And Mike comes up the next day and he's like, yo, you want to go? I was like, fuck no, I don't want to go. I said, you rolled over on fucking everything yesterday. Now you got some more people in your bed? Like, nah, this is just going to go even further if I roll with you. It's going to drag me into it. Got the fuck kicked out of me about 15 fucking people yesterday. Fuck you, I ain't going nowhere. And from that point on, that was the point on. From then on, I never don't have a knife on me. Ever. Not fucking ever. Motherfucker, be in my underwear. And there's a blade next to my dick, I promise.
Shit, I believe you. That was how I was in Lansing, bro. Because when I was younger, um,
I
I
shared
was
that. Well,
fucking. I was in the.
immediately thereafter, I wasn't carrying a regular knife. I had this fucking knife that me and my boys called the knife because it was a big ass kitchen knife. When you swung this motherfucker, it made that noise that cut through the air. And I took some cardboard and some
Mhm.
duct tape and I made a sheath for that motherfucker. And I tied a shoestring on it and threw it over my fucking shoulder and would have it at the back of my shirt. So if something happened, I reach out and I ain't got no fucking regular knife, man. I got this big 12.5 inch fucking thing, goddamn meat cutting
Damn,
knife
that shit
that
was
I whipped the
amazing.
fuck out. Yeah, and yeah, but this one's made for cutting meat, man. This one's made fucking shit up. And the very next day, like right after Mike went out to go fuck with some people, it was the following month because it happened on Easter Sunday. And I went to go up to Mike's house. Like Mike lives like 4 or 5 blocks away from me, so I had to walk up there. And it's right in this where these fucking turf war bullshits are going on. And I'm walking up through, and a buddy of mine sees me walking from down the alley, and just as I crossed the alley, his homeboy was driving, and he told his homeboy, he's like, yo, he's like, rip through the fucking alley real quick and pop out and swing around on him and see what he does. He's like, I won't fuck with him. He got jumped yesterday. Let's see how jumpy he is. And they swung down the fucking alley on me. Now, just as I walked past the alley, I heard the car speed up and shit behind me. I saw it popping in and around, and they like fishtailed out and around to where the driver's side was in front of me. And the time that it took him to pop out of the alley and fishtail around me, by the time that car stopped, I'd already popped that fucking blade out and I was coming in the window and I had that motherfucker at his throat. Like I came, instead of running, I came in on him. I thought, my first thought was, if these motherfuckers want to jump me, I'm taking one of them out first. And I came for his throat. And then I see my buddy sitting in the passenger side and he's, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm sorry. We was just fucking with you. We was just playing, dog. I was like, oh, all right. Yeah. Well, we see how each other plays, huh? I pulled my blade back and put it up. I was like, God damn, D. Oh, yeah. I was like, I was gonna slit that motherfucker's throat. I've been fucked with once this week. I ain't playing. I ain't playing with you motherfuckers no more.
Right, exactly.
hmm They go back and find the dude that got my skateboard. Name was Ricky. Fucking Ricky Gillespie. They took my skateboard back from this motherfucker. They had to chase him around a little bit. But when they got my skateboard back, they clocked that motherfucker in the forehead with it. He come back to school. He was in fucking high school. I think it was like ninth grade. He comes back to school, and this motherfucker's got one of them little beanies on, man, but the beanie is pushed out. This motherfucker is growing a unicorn horn. They done knocked a knot in this motherfucker's head, like he had a growth going on in that spot where they clocked him. Fucking,
Jesus.
they caught up with Wesley eventually. It took them a couple of weeks. They finally caught up to Wes. It took 4 of them to pin him down. And at the time, Wes had a whole bunch of them hoop earrings and shit going through his ears. He had like 6, 7 of them motherfuckers on each ear. They ripped every one of them out. They held that motherfucker down awake and pulled each and every one of them out slow as fuck. Ripped his fucking ears up. Frank was the only fucking one out of the whole bunch that when this shit happened and they came after him, Frank didn't fucking run. Frank was there. This is how, I love this motherfucker like a brother, but this is how much of a fucking nut he is. He wasn't scared, and he's honorable. He knew he fucked up. He realized he jumped a friend because of what some other motherfucker said. And me and him eventually worked through that shit. We found out that bitch was a trifling fucking chick, and she played us on each other and shit. So we put all that behind us. But when they come after him, he walked out to the street. He didn't make them chase him. He come out to the street and he stood in the middle of the fucking street. And he throws his arms out and he's like, I know I fucked up and I deserve what's coming. So go ahead and give it to me. And he just stood there waiting. They didn't jump him. They was like, nah, that motherfucker actually came out and apologized. Like he didn't run. He didn't do no cowardly bullshit. He came out and legit like was feeling remorse for what he did. Yeah. So they didn't fuck with him. Then I found out my John. I found out my cousin John found out about it, and he went fucking up half the neighborhood. But I didn't find out about that till like shit. It was almost 10, 15 years later. Found out about it, and I asked him about it. I was like, "Did you go around busting heads because I got jumped?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, why didn't you tell me? He's like, "Didn't seem like I needed to." I know that story was bigger than I meant for it to be,
That's what she said.
right? That's part of the fucking shit like that, man. It's just a few of the fucking stories I got from fucking high school and shit. Did a lot of fighting in my fucking high school, man. Remember one time, because like back in that era too, was when fucking high school gangs and shit was becoming prevalent, and motherfuckers were beating motherfuckers into gangs. There was this one set of dudes. There was this dude I knew named Jason Leach. He was a good dude and everything, but stupid as a fucking brick, dude. And I caught these dudes jumping him into a gang one time, and I didn't know that was what they was doing. I come around a corner in the fucking hallway, and I saw him getting his ass whooped. And I didn't know who these other dudes was, but I know who he was. He was a buddy of mine's brother. So I jumped the fuck in the middle of it and started fighting against them. Next thing I know, he grabs me and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's cool, man. It's cool." What the fuck you mean it's cool? You over here getting your ass kicked? He's like, no, no, this is my initiation process. I'm like, in the fucking hallway? He's like, yeah, they're in a gang. They're initiating me into the gang. And I turn around, I'm like, fucking gang y'all in. He's like, oh, he tells me some bullshit. Well, later I catch up to this cat again. And I was like, yo, what the fuck y'all beating him into again? He's like, don't say nothing. But there ain't no fucking gang. We've done whooped this motherfucker like 3 times. He thinks there's a gang. There ain't no fucking gang. He's just letting us kick the shit out of him. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And it was cold as fuck out there.
After you could have at least let him in, like after you got
Oh
done
no, I
whooping
did.
his ass. All
No.
right, man.
Well,
All
when I
right,
found
final
out,
initiation as part of the buttfuckers gang is we all got to pull a train on you.
right? Well, I caught him doing it again in the downstairs restroom, like those big ass fucking porcelain walls and shit, and they had him into a corner and was kicking. I mean, for real, like had him down on the ground. All three of them was stomping the shit out of him, and I come around the corner and I whooped the fuck out of all three of them. The first two, I put their fucking heads in the wall, and that third one, I had to box for a minute to knock him out. But I get Jason up, and he's like, "What are you doing, man? I told you to fucking stop." Da, da, da. I was like, "Bitch, there ain't no gang." I was like, last time I ran these motherfuckers, these stupid fucks told me there wasn't one. You just getting your ass kicked over and over and over. So, of course, he gets up,
You're
starts,
welcome.
yeah, yeah. He gets up and starts fucking stomping them and shit. I'm like, they're already knocked out. They won't remember you kicking their ass. Like, what are you doing? You have to
He
catch them
does.
individual. Yeah, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Mike, man. I can't tell you how many times I've had to go to bat for Mike. I love Mike like a fucking brother. Mouth and his ego is just way bigger than his fucking brains, man. His mouth gets him in so much, but like I say some goofy shit, right? But I'm just playing most of the time, and if somebody has a problem with it, I'm not fucked up with taking an ass whooping. You know what I mean? I'll fight back. I'll give it hell. He won't. He'll just fucking roll over. Right? I come out the fucking gym one time, and our gym was 2 floors. Then I came out on the upstairs balcony, and I come around the corner, and I say, Mike about to get his ass whooped. This gigantic fucking dude, this black fella fucking slaps the shit out of him. Like, and there's a little crowd of people already drawn, but this motherfucker slaps the shit out of Mike. Mike had thick ass fucking bottle cap glasses. His glasses go flying. Now, somebody that, through their childhood has gotten used to wearing glasses their whole life. When your glasses get knocked off, you instinctually go to find your glasses. This is not the time to do that, right? So that's what Mike does. Right after he got his glasses slapped off, I don't know if he's gonna fight back or not, but he reached down and he starts looking for his glasses. Right when he does this, I see dude fucking rear back all big and pull his fucking hand back like he's fixing to drop the biggest fucking hook everybody's ever seen. I start pushing through the fucking crowd. There's like 2 people in front of me. I start grabbing shoulders and shoving people out the way. Dude takes that swing and I catch him midair. I hooked him fucking elbow to elbow. And then I slapped my right leg behind his right leg and twisted and slammed that motherfucker on the ground. And when I did, he was already way bigger than me. So I knew if if I let up, he was going to fuck me up too. So before he could do anything, I jumped on top of him. It got over his fucking arms and was just double fisting it, just whopping the fuck out of this dude. I had him bloody and messed up, and couple of people grab me and start pulling me away. But as they're pulling me away, like I flop my other end of my body around and I'm like stomping this motherfucker backwards on my heels. Like I'm like, you know, I'm giving it hell. Get Mike out of there. I get myself out of there. And I'm like, what the fuck was you thinking? It's like, I had to get my glasses. I couldn't see. Bitch, I was like, if your fucking glasses get knocked off again, just bust for the blur, man. Everything that wiggles around you, just pop that motherfucker. Don't worry about seeing. Just swing, bitch. Like, I'll do that again.
What you want from here? She'll sit by your door and then she'll stare in our room.
What are you doing, tiny one? Hmm?
We need to get a dog
Hmm. Hmm. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
You know what I mean? I didn't let those fucking dogs out.
I did. Cut him loose. It was wild. She's telling me she's got the ball. You hear the meowing and what she's doing? She's telling me she's got the ball and she wants to play. That's what she's doing.
What'd you
Where's
say?
it at? My wife. Where's it at? Right here? This it?
Mm.
What is this thing? So what the fuck?
$20 for my fucking dog. Meathead. Come on. They're walling around the fucking grass. What are you doing, Tommy? Is you hiding under there? Yeah, you trying to keep cool? Yeah? What you doing, buddy? You went in too? Yeah? Come on, Tommy boy. Come on. Come on. You motherfucker, you. Oh, shit. Yeah, you. Not going outside. Come on, Tommy. You know, let the kitten out, man. Come on. Here come in when I come in. Go on, Tommy. Go to bed, baby girl.
Mr. Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
That's just an everyday thing for you, huh? Oh, yeah. Smoke whenever, you know what I mean? Fire a bowl in my house, in the bathroom, garage. State to state, man, I even smoke in other countries.
Right back.
No fucking way. Neil Patrick Harris is on Hot Ones. That motherfucker was old. Why they got this old ass lady in fucking Hot Ones? She didn't get it for concept.
I'm from California. That's what I'm doing. There you go.
Yeah, but you might as well run it first.
Oh damn, I should have been asleep hours ago. Fuck.
Go to bed.
No, it's already too late. Now I gotta force myself to stay awake. And it's a lot more harder to stay awake when you're forcing yourself.
Yeah, it's understandable.
And the bowls are back on, pop a bowl.
Uh,
I'll be back. Gotta poop.
Poop.
I should watch my step around here. Kere, what? You have it? Huh?
Oh, can everybody stop trying to call the cops on me? What a bunch of dicks.
All right, I'll fire this back up a little bit.